Hello and welcome to Urban Review. This is the show brought to you by the Office of National Drug Control Policy as well as SAMHSA and the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development. And therefore I want to mention that the thoughts and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the thoughts and the opinions of the Office of National Drug Control Policy, the CDC, SAMHSA, or the White House. But they are definitely the thoughts and the opinions of the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development, the members of the Coalition for Urban Youth and Family Development, and my name is Marcel Arbuckle, and they are definitely my thoughts and opinion. I am very excited today. I'm very excited for a number of reasons. It's springtime. As you can see, I have on my little golfing tie. I've been out golfing. I have just a hilarious anecdote. Last Saturday, I went out and played with my fraternity brothers, and I shot what had to be the worst score of my life. I'm almost ashamed to say that I shot a 119. Oh, I was all over the place. However, in the midst of those 119 strokes, I had 6 glorious strokes. On a par 3, I hit the ball up toward the green, didn't get on the green, but then I chipped it in for a birdie. And then on a par 5, I hit 3 great strokes. The ball landed on the green a foot from the hole, and I tapped that in for a birdie. And of course, we had a small pot for a wager. So even though I shot the worst score of the day, I won all the money because I had the 2 birdies. So that was making my golf season a great kickoff for my golf season. And I hope that you are getting out and enjoying the beautiful weather. And another reason why I'm excited is this is National Prevention Week. And Prevention Week is focused on preventing substance misuse. It's also preventing obesity. It's also preventing addiction to gambling. It's Prevention Week. It also helps to focus on mental health wellness and first aid. And so we're very excited to be a part of this national movement. And then one other thing that really has me extremely excited is that Sunday, May the 19th, is the 10th anniversary of No Menthol Sunday. That's right, No Menthol Sunday, and it will be celebrated in houses of faith all across the nation. And we're going to be sharing the story of how big tobacco and industry has targeted African Americans and people of African descent in our country with menthol and tried to get us hooked on this product, and they have been relatively successful. Tobacco-related illness is still the primary cause of death for black people here in America. Menthol makes smoking easier to start and harder to quit. This is no exception for black people who consistently report more attempts to quit than the general smoking population, yet experience lower success rates because more than 85% of black smokers prefer menthol as compared to 30% of Caucasian smokers. Particular attention should be given to the elimination of mentholated tobacco products, and that's what we have been working on. Our friends over at Making It Count and Miss Minu Jones have led the initiative to ban the sale of menthol-flavored tobacco products not only in the city of Detroit but throughout the state of Michigan. And our agency on the Center for Black Health and Equity have pushed to have menthol-flavored products banned across America. And the tobacco industry has executed and calculated menthol-centered strategies to establish a strong presence in our black communities, appropriate black culture, and create a dependency on tobacco funding. As such, the predominant use of menthols among black smokers is well documented among public health institutions and authorities. Unfortunately, we have observed the way tobacco advocates have also negotiated to exclude menthol. In the pursuit of their own initiatives banning candied flavored tobacco, the harm menthol flavoring inflicts on black communities is ignored. The Center for Black Health and Equity, the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development, and other institutions consider this counterproductive and an affront to the integrity of public health efforts. Further, this is relative of historical racism. Black populations have been disregarded as casualties of corporate profits and tobacco policy wins. To address this social justice issue, the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development collaborates with the Center for Black Health and Equity and remains committed to 1, challenging the tobacco industry's infiltration into the black communities, 2, promoting innovative, culturally competent cessation programs, and 3, educating our community decision makers on effective strategies for enhancing comprehensive tobacco-free policies. And most importantly, the issue of menthol must be viewed through the lens of racial equality and addressed through the work of restorative justice. And this is the position of the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development, and we take the same position as the Center for Black Health and Equity. So we are really, really excited to be part of this movement to help our community, to help our black brothers and sisters get away from being locked in and hooked on tobacco products and helping make multi-millionaires and a billion-dollar industry out of the tobacco industry. One of the things that we're doing to fight this situation is we're presenting a community town hall and panel discussion on tobacco and vaping in our community. It's going to take place this Saturday, May the 18th, at Hartford Memorial Baptist Church. That's located at 18700 James Cousins Highway, which is the service drive to the lodge. And it will be Saturday, May the 18th, starting at 10 o'clock a.m. And I am so proud to state that we have secured the support of our Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib, who will be there to present the keynote address. And then we also have the support of our Wayne County Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick, who will also be there to address and be a keynote speaker. And then we have a wonderful panel discussion that will be made up of youth and members of our community, and it will be led and moderated by historian and Detroit author Mr. Ken Coleman. So it's going to be an outstanding event. And then after the meeting, we have secured Dave Bean Park, which is right across from Hartford Baptist Church, and we're going to have bounce houses. We're going to have some refreshments, some ice cream and popcorn, and be able to get out and fellowship out in the sunshine. And we've checked the weather. We've ordered some sun to be out there for us, and we're going to have a great day and a good time. So the panel discussion will take place from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and then we will have our refreshments in the park from 12 noon to 2 p.m. So we really encourage you to come out to be a part of this conversation. This is an opportunity to direct your questions to our county commissioner, direct your questions to our congresswoman as to the efforts that are being made in Washington, D.C. We know that the White House has delayed passage of the legislation to ban the use of menthol-flavored products in tobacco. And we are happy that we have our Congresswoman there to support our initiative and be able to come back to the community and report out on what's going on. I just want to take a moment here to give you some details about the rebuttals to key arguments that are debunking the myth of tobacco. And, you know, it's going to take us some time. But Isaiah, the 40th chapter and the 31st verse says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles and run and not be weary. They will walk and not faint." And that's where we are. We're waiting because we have not given up. We are waiting because we have not gotten weary. We are waiting because we won't faint. We know that this is good for our community. For decades, the question has been asked, why is the removal of menthol an equity issue? Well, for decades, the tobacco industry specifically targeted and marketed menthols to African American communities. The industry appropriated elements of black culture and heavily invested in advertising dollars into the African American publications. They are known for sponsoring black events like the Cool Jazz Festival, saturating urban black neighborhoods with stores with ads and pricing menthol more cheaply in black neighborhoods. And as a result of their efforts, as I stated earlier, 85% of the African American smokers choose menthol, while less than 30% of our white smokers prefer menthol cigarettes. That shows a racial inequity and that we were targeted. Next question, well, isn't tobacco use an issue of personal responsibility? Yes, however, the tobacco industry used to distribute free samples of their deadly products to underage youth, handing them out from mobile units in black neighborhoods like an ice cream truck. To this day, tobacco companies donate millions of dollars to industries that are supposed to provide credible, unbiased information to help citizens make good decisions. These include historically black colleges and universities, black newspapers, civic leaders, researchers, and even elected officials. Research shows that quitting smoking is more difficult than quitting tobacco without this characterizing flavor. Black people consistently report more but less successful attempts at quitting menthols, making tobacco use as a personal of a choice as many assume. The industry appropriated elements of black culture in order to make menthol cigarettes a part of our black culture. And that's why it's not really a personal responsibility when you have been targeted and sold. Let's talk a little bit about removing menthol. State and local and statewide participation has taken place here in Michigan and specifically here in Detroit. Removing menthol without increase the potential for unjustly criminalizing black people is a key aspect of that. Okay? Let me repeat that. Removing menthol will increase the potential for unjustly criminalizing black people. This is a tobacco industry argument that exploits the real issue of police brutality and mass incarceration. Excessive force and systematic racism are problems that must be addressed independently of public health measures. We cannot be sitting there saying, oh, we can't stop selling menthol because bros will be selling menthol cigarettes on the street and then the police is going to come and attack them, and the next thing you know, hey, no. That is not the approach. This claim about illegal menthol markets plays into the harmful stereotypes against African Americans as it asserts black people will turn to criminal activity. In reality, surveys show that if menthol were removed from the market, it would actually encourage African Americans to quit menthols and treat nicotine addiction rather than seek it from the black market. Another issue is, what does this mean for public officials who represent us but do not support the removal of menthol and other flavored tobacco products? There is an overwhelming evidence and genuine community support for laws that remove these poisonous products from our market. We know removing menthol would save lives and is good for black people. If public officials aim to represent the interests of all their constituents, including black people, they will support these laws. Sharing this information with your family, friends, the faith community, and public officials will help ensure our public officials are held accountable for action on black health or lack thereof. Okay? So we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about No Menthol Sunday and all the things that we can do to help our community during National Prevention Week. Thank you. We'll be right back.
You will love your Avis Ford, because at Avis Ford, we make it easy to get you your no money down monthly payment right over the phone. We call it Shop by Phone, and it's the best way we know to get you your payment options fast. You want leather and a sunroof? How about an upgrade to all-wheel drive? Just give us a call. Shop online, shop by phone, or visit us at Telegraph at 12 Mile. Call 1-800-SHOP-FORD.
Meet Danny, high school senior, 17 years of age, all A student. Danny is just now finding out he scored 1,490 out of 1,600 on his SAT. Danny's friend decided to ask, "How did you do it?" Danny replied, "I believe every day is a test. To fail or succeed, you choose." The effects of vaping is the one test that Danny chose not to study for.
Vaping does not discriminate on who becomes addicted. Over 2 million high school students use some type of electronic cigarette device. The top tobacco companies also own vaping devices. The FDA found that vaping contains some of the same toxic chemicals as regular cigarettes that lead to cancer. So whether you smoke traditional cigarettes with tobacco or smoke electronic cigarettes using nicotine, your health is at risk. There's no safe way to smoke. For more information, contact the Center for Urban Youth and Family Development.
The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development is a nonprofit organization that focuses on preventing personal problems we believe are facilitated by being raised in a foster care environment, or remediating potential problems through education and information to the community. Our programs focus on 3 key areas: youth aging out of foster care, community action, and healthcare. Our programs are focused on young adults in the foster care system who are about to age out, those that have just aged out, and the community at large. The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development hosts a variety of services focusing on the needs of foster care youth throughout the community. We also work with numerous community coalitions in our effort to provide the best services for our clients and to help build stronger communities. We believe that a healthy mind and body are cornerstones to a healthy and prosperous community. The Center also engages our community in mental health and wellness advocacy as well as suicide prevention. Fostered youth emerge from the foster care system vulnerable to substance abuse with little opportunity to obtain higher education or develop life skills. The Center for Urban Youth and Family Development empowers youth that are in and transitioning out of the foster care system to overcome the struggles and challenges by providing them substance abuse prevention, life skills training, and workforce development programs. Drawing from the life experiences of our founder, Mr. Marcel Arbuckle, we open the door to positive and productive life through education, health, and life skills development. For more information, you can visit our website at cuyfddetroit.org or check out our social media at cuyfddetroit.
The non-medical use of prescription drugs, including opioids, is a growing concern in our communities, affecting all ages, including our youth. If the medication wasn't prescribed to you or has expired, don't take it. If your name isn't on the bottle, it's not meant for you to swallow. Addiction is real, and lives are being ruined. Worse yet, lost.
Visit PreventionDetroit.org/opioids to find prescription Dropbox locations.
All right, We're back, and welcome back to the show. We're talking about No Menthol Sunday. That's the time of year when we have real conversations about ending addiction and getting tobacco out of our community. Smoking still kills more black people each year than homicides, suicides, AIDS-related deaths, car accidents, and police brutality combined. Tobacco is still our #1 killer. Most teens and black people who smoke choose menthols because the minty flavor makes it easier to start smoking, but it also makes it harder to quit. Civil rights and public health advocates have been fighting for the removal of menthol for years. In 2016, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or the NAACP, adopted a national resolution in support of ending the sale of menthol. In 2017, Delta Sigma Theta sorority, my sisters, adopted another national resolution supporting local and state efforts to end menthol cigarettes and all other flavored tobacco product sales. In 2017, the National Medical Association adopted a resolution to remove menthol cigarettes. In 2020, African American Tobacco Control Leadership Council, Action on Smoking and Health, the National Medical Association, and the American Medical Association filed a lawsuit against the FDA. In 2021, the FDA announced a menthol ban. And in 2022, the FDA proposed rules to ban menthol. In 2023, 100 Black Men of America and Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated adopt national resolutions supporting the removal of menthol cigarettes and all other flavored tobacco products. And in 2023, the CDC funds 8 organizations with building capacity to reduce the burden of menthol and other flavored products grant. However, in 2023, the White House Office of Management and Budget delayed the action to remove menthol cigarettes and flavored cigarillos. All right? So things have been done. The fight has been fought, and we know that we're fighting the good fight. It has long been known that tobacco industry values profits over people. Money motivates the tobacco industry to aggressively lobby for laws that do more for their own pockets than for the well-being of our families. The healthcare system and the U.S. economy is well documented, even though there is a burden. To be clear, the tobacco industry loves money. You need to look no further than the tobacco industry to understand why Paul warns young Timothy that the love of money is the source of all kinds of evil. You'll find that in 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter and the 10th verse. In his letter to Timothy, Paul points out that some, in their thirst for money, have left their sense of goodness. He tells Timothy to run from such pursuits and to instead fight the good fight. And in this same way, we must all actively oppose a profits over people culture and fight faithfully for what is right. We are called to stand against evil and contend with forces of injustice. We will yet see what we have hoped for, and that's in Hebrew, the 11th chapter, the 1st verse. When that day comes, like Paul, we too will declare that we have kept the faith, that we have finished the race, and that we have fought the good fight. And we sometimes ask ourselves the question, how long, Lord? Just like the prophet Habakkuk. Sometimes it seems that evil will always prevail. As we watch wrongdoers profit despite the death and disease that they cause, we can become discouraged. Like Habakkuk, we have all cried out, how long, Lord? Why do you make me look at this injustice? We have wondered if we will have to watch the tobacco industry succeed forever. But the Lord responded to Habakkuk, declaring that the unjust will eventually be held guilty. That's in the 11th verse. Even when justice seems to delay, we can wait patiently, knowing that at the appointed time, our ultimate goal will not fail. So we have to stand strong in our fight against menthol-flavored tobacco products and against the industry that is hurting our people and our family. And as I said, we can continue this discussion this Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. at Hartford Memorial Baptist Church for our community town hall meeting, where Miss Rashida Tlaib and our U.S. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib and our Wayne County Commissioner Miss Monique Baker McCormick will be the keynote speakers. We're going to have Detroit historian and author Mr. Ken Coleman moderate a panel, and we look forward to you being there from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and then from 12 noon to 2 p.m. right across the street in Dave Payne Park. We're going to have refreshments, ice cream, popcorn, bounce houses, and we're going to make a celebration of fighting against menthol. And as we come to a close of this program, we want to utilize the thoughts of our friend Mr. Nelson Mandela, who gave himself these words of encouragement each day of the 27 years of his captivity. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods there be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud, and under the bludgeoning of chance, my head be bloody, but I'm bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the minutes of the years shall find me unafraid. For it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the captain of my fate and the master of my soul. We, the black community, are the captains of our fate. We are the masters of our soul, and we will not let the tobacco industry nor menthol take us over. When you're up against some trouble, meet it squarely face to face. Plant your feet, set your shoulders, lift your chin, and take a brace. And when the worst is bound to happen, in spite of all that you can do, you may fail, but you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. When it's veiled to try and dodge it, in spite of all that you can do, remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even hope may seem but futile when with troubles you'll be set. Well, remember, you are simply facing what other men have met. So if you fall still fighting. And don't give up whatever you do. Keep your eyes to the front, your head high to the finish, and see it through. Thank you for watching Urban Review.